In the last talkthrough, I showed how to set styles in JavaScript, like this. Now, if you set a lot of styles in JavaScript, you could end up with hundreds of lines of code just setting CSS property values, and that can really clutter up your JavaScript. There's another way we could do this. We could create a CSS class and add a CSS rule for that class with the new styles that we want, and then dynamically add that class name in JavaScript. Let's start up here at the style tag and try this out. We'll make a cat colors class and a CSS rule for it, and it will have color orange and background color black. Now, to assign that to the heading element, we can say heading L dot class name equals cat colors. And we can delete the assignment of the color and background color in JavaScript. Ta-da! So that worked. Now notice something weird. The HTML attribute for class names is just class. If I had done this in HTML, it would have been class equals cat colors. But when I did it in JavaScript, I had to say dot class name, which is not what we're used to. And that is because class is actually a keyword in the JavaScript language, which has a special meaning for the language. So because of that, browsers decided to use class name to refer to the HTML class attribute, just to make sure they wouldn't get confused. So remember, if you want to set the class attribute of an element, you say dot class name equals. Now to assign that to each of the animal names, we can put it inside the loop. So name else I dot class name equals cat colors. That will add the class name, but actually it will remove any classes that were there before, because we said equals. So if we had any classes there before, those are now gone, right? Now they did have classes before, class equals animal, and so that's become cat colors. So what we really want to do is add a new class name to this class attribute. And we can do that by saying plus equals space cat colors. There we go. So that's the safe thing to do, because it will take whatever the previous class was, add a space, and then the new class to it. There is another way to do this in newer browsers using the class list property. So to do that, we say name else I dot class list dot add cat colors. Now that's a lot nicer, but doesn't work everywhere. So if you do want to use that, you have to go to caniuse.com and make sure it's supported in all the browsers that you want your web page to work in. It is a lot nicer, but it's not nice if your web page breaks because you're using a function that the browser doesn't know about. So I'll just comment it out because I want mine working in a lot of browsers. There are still lots of times when we want to change individual styles instead of assign class names. So once again, just remember that you have both of these tools in your toolbox and think about what might be best depending on the situation.